This is the Marimo moss ball, not exactly an aquatic plant, but rather a form of algae used in aquariums around the world. It's ridiculously easy to take care of, it adds character to your tank, and it can even be used as a feeding grounds for some fish and for some shrimp. So if you're thinking about getting some for yourself, or if you've already picked some up, let's go over some of the stuff that you'll need to know when keeping the Marimo moss ball. The Marimo moss ball comes to us from the lakes of Iceland, Scotland, and Japan, just to name a few. And the first thing that you should know about the Marimo moss ball is that while it's commonly referred to as a moss ball, it's actually a clump of algae that grows in certain lakes. Another thing to know about the Marimo moss ball is that almost all of the moss balls that you see at pet stores or online are not true Marimo moss balls. Genuine Marimo moss balls grow at the bottom of lakes. As the algae grows, some of it latches itself to the rocks inside the lakes, and some of the algae simply floats on the top of the lakes. The algae at the bottom, however, collects and gently gets pushed around the bottom of the lakes. And it's this motion that gradually shapes the algae into a sphere, or Marimo ball. Now, the moss balls that you'll find for sale are still the same algae, but they're almost always pieces of algae that have been collected and shaped into a sphere. Which is okay, there's nothing wrong with this, but just understand that when you're choosing a Marimo moss ball, you want the best shape possible, so be sure to inspect them. And there's a couple of things that you can do to make sure that you get the best Marimo possible. First, observe the Marimo's colors. Ensure that it's a vivid green color and that it does not have any brown, gray, white, or black coloring on it. Next, you're going to want to choose a Marimo that's firm. This indicates that the moss ball has taken firm shape and will grow healthy. If a moss ball feels flimsy or feels shallow or empty, it's most likely going to lose its shape, so you'll want to avoid these. And last, observe the shape of the Marimo. Ideally, a perfect sphere will grow its best, so try to avoid misshaped Marimos, or Marimos with an opening or a tear in them. Once you've chosen a moss ball or two or even three, it's time to get them in your tank. They'll do best in cold water temperatures with low lighting. If your temperature or lighting is too high, you can end up with some slow-growing moss balls, or worse, it'll begin growing colored patches. Now, don't be too worried, the Marimo moss ball isn't too picky. In fact, they'll accept a wide range of water conditions. And all you really have to do to keep your moss ball happy and healthy is to move it around so that it gets an even amount of light. Once a week, you should take your moss ball out and squeeze out all the debris it collects. And while you have it out, you're going to want to give it a couple gentle but firm rolls in your hand, as this will help keep its shape. Other than that, there's not much more to do to keep your moss ball happy, other than of course to perform water changes, as they do produce waste. When it comes to tank mates, Marimos are popular with shrimp keepers as they provide a feeding grounds for the shrimp. They'll do best with calm, docile fish like guppies and tetras, but should be kept away from aggressive fish like cichlids, crayfish, which can tear your moss ball apart and eat it. Every now and then, you'll notice that your moss ball will go from plain old sitting around to floating across your aquarium. This is completely normal. As air accumulates inside the Marimo, it will cause it to rise up and float around until the air has escaped. Eventually, it'll make its way back to the bottom of the tank. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, comments, or advice that you'd like to share in regards to the Marimo moss ball, you know what to do. My name is Gus, this is Myaquariuminfo. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, it really helps grow the channel. Thanks for watching.